Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Silverstone. We are going to be racing the Takers. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is noted Guatemalan hitman, Michael Magus.
I mean, it's better than what I actually am.
Is it the Venezuelan hitman?
I mean, sir, we come from deepest, darkest Carpathia with
Oh
this
my
one.
goodness.
All right, Mike Stockmill starting on pole from Zerai Garunian. We didn't get the qualifying lead in, so there's the grid. It's up on your screen right now. And we're off. Drive-through penalty, and we got a jump start penalty for Mauricio Delgado. Josiah Jerome on board here or not on board, but in the Volkswagen in fourth place with Stockmill, Garunian, and Steen. I was just turning down the video a little bit because I was having a hard time hearing Byron.
Hi.
In the meantime, Stockmill leads still from Garunian, who gets very, very wide. Oh, somebody off in the background. That is Sam Cassidy, who I believe is a new face. Driving the Hyundai. Is he big cast? Is he very tall? Where's Enzo?
What is that guy's first name?
What? Big Cast?
Yeah, or is Cassidy's Colin?
Colin Cassidy.
There you go.
That's his stage name, not his real name.
His real name is Dave.
I remember knowing what his real name was at one point, but I don't remember what it is now.
I can look it up. Not like anybody else cares, but you and I. But
True.
Who cares? You're tuning into this for a reason. So we're going to give you answers to questions you didn't ask.
Questions you didn't even know existed. And in the meantime, it is still Stockmill from Garunian, Steen, Jerome, Kenny, Johnson. Ooh, one of the Hyundais going very, very wide there. Not sure who that was. Looks like it might have been Richard DeRoche who's dropping through the order.
Big Cass's actual real name is William Morrissey.
That's it. I remembered it as soon as you started saying it.
Wilhelm Morrissey.
So we got some interesting action here today. Silverstone will be excellent. Oh man, Garunian's going very wide in some of these corners. He needs to tighten that up, or Brody Steen's going to take a sniff. I think for sure. Silverstone. Feels like we're here relatively recently for a Silverstone race. I don't remember what it was for, though, now. But I'm sure there was something. As Stockmill leads from Garunian, Steen, Jerome, Kenny, Johnson, D, Butler, Delval, and Sloot, who we have received a correction on his name pronunciation. It's just Sloot.
He is quite dirty.
He's just a flute. Top three are pulling away a little bit. They've got about a full second back to Josiah, who's under pressure from Sean Kenny in the Alfa Romeo. The Alfa Romeo looks like it has such a fat rear end. I have to say that. I don't
nice high
I don't know what it
nice
is.
Wide booty, I like it.
Nice wide booty. Also got that V-shaped mouth.
I think more of that is a nose.
Could be a nose. Could be a nose. Anyways, Sean Kenny getting past the Volkswagen. Is Josiah the only Volkswagen today? He is the only Volkswagen today. Just the one. Number of Lincoln Co's in the field. Just one Honda. I'm still surprised there's so few Hondas in the field, to be honest. 3 Hyundais. Josiah trying to get back at Sean Kenny. We got 3 Alfa Romeos. And 2 Cupras. And 1 Audi. And that is the Audi in the background there, Dennis Johnson, who is caught up to the back of Josiah Jerome and Sean Kenny. 3-way battle for 4th place. Just behind them is Andrew D in the Cupra. And then it is
no Daihatsu's, no deal.
And then it is the Lincoln Co. Bus train, led by James Butler. As contact between Kenny and that is Josiah Jerome taking 4th place back. Very bold move by Josiah. Very nice. Aggressive yet clean. I think you'd actually enjoy the touring car racing, Byron. It's a lot more contact heavy than a lot of the other racing that exists, permeates the world.
I mean, I'd watch a lot more racing, but no one ever tells me when it's on.
I don't generally watch a lot of racing live, to be honest. I tend to watch it later. So, I mean, if you want to watch, we can watch. I got Burning Wheels.
That sounds fine. Just let me know when things are on. I'll definitely, if I get bored, I'm just gonna do other things while the race is on.
I'm not really watching any racing right now, just because nothing's really going right now. It's usually April when things start to kind of like really pick up. There's a lot of V8s. I'm gonna try and get into V8 supercars, but I need somebody to help me out because every time I watch V8 supercars, I find myself very lost, and I need someone to give me like the 411 on like the different drivers to help me become invested. So you Aussies out there, give me a hand. Sean Kenny still running in 5th position as the top 3 are starting to spread out a little bit. You got this little battle here going on for 4th place. Everything's pretty tight after 3rd place, actually. We're less than a second between Josiah and Sean Kenny, Johnson, D, Butler, Delval, Sloot, Barker, DeRoche, and then there's a little bit of a gap back to Sam Cassidy, Martin Emmons, Zach Wolf, and Mauricio Delgado, who was the one that jumped the start and may have been in for his drive-through penalty already. He's not too far off, though, if that's the case. Dennis Johnson looking for a way past. Dennis Johnson's had a really good series and kind of really making a big splash as a guy who might be able to take the fight to the top guys. And it's been a while since we had someone come in. Really, I guess since Chris Johnston, who could really make that happen.
Maybe they're the same guy. Just manipulated the last name a little bit.
Maybe. That would be really, really hazardous to do in Race Room, though, because you'd have to buy all the stuff again. It's so annoying. It's why Rochelle Guerin is not doing Race Room really at all these days, because she recently started playing under her own Steam account instead of her dad's. And, of course, now when she logs into Race Room, she's like, I owe nothing! Dennis Johnson on the onboard here in the Audi, trying to catch up. Well, not catch up, but stick with the battle for 4th place here with Josiah Jerome and Sean Kenny. You 3 are hogging the screen. You know that? No one else is getting like any attention.
It's fine. I don't mind watching the Alfa Romeo.
I should show you some James Hunt commentary from back in the day in F1 when he just like skewers every driver that he didn't like when he was driving. It's pretty good.
Sounds like a good time.
Ricardo Patrese and Jean-Pierre Jarier in particular were 2 guys he just really didn't like, and he would just like anytime they did anything minorly wrong, it's like I think the best one was when he's like Jean-Pierre Jarier showing some terrible driving standards. I'm trying to do a British accent and I'm failing. Terrible driving standards, and really he should just be suspended for being him. like that is harsh. I just realized this is the national layout of Silverstone. I should have realized that beforehand. But that means I don't know the turns quite as well. Because the national layout of a circuit is a shorter circuit, basically. And as a result, we have a lot of the shortcuts, basically, that exist on the track. The service roads and so on that connect and allow you to make a shorter circuit. So I'm not entirely sure about corner names or... Well, I'll know the corner names that are, of course, part of the Grand Prix layout, but I won't necessarily know where we are on track because of the shorter nature of the lap. You can see that with this being a 59-second lap, it appears, as opposed to the 2 minutes or so that you'd be looking at for the full thing.
Don't be concerned about the corner names, otherwise you'll be involved with some coroner names later on.
So that right there is a service road that just went through. So that's a little shortcut linking 2 different parts of the track. And we're really getting a lot of Dennis Johnson, Sean Kenny, and Josiah Jerome. So boys, I hope you did your hair and your makeup and you're all pretty for the camera. There we go. Finally getting a little bit further back to David Sloot. Looks like Delval has fallen down to 13th place, so something happened there for the Mexican Lincoln Co. driver. And he has been broken away from Sloot and Butler, who are battling over second Lincoln Co. honors for 8th place. Because there is Sarai Grunion, the gun runner, up in 2nd place. And back to the battle for 4th. Not much of a battle going on right now, though. Kenny's kind of dropped a little bit back in Josiah Jerome.
I noticed that your boy Stoffmill's not taking away this one very rapidly.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Mike quite has the same pace delta to the field in the touring cars. He's still the fastest driver, obviously, but it's no longer a case of Stoffmill watch 50 seconds ahead. James Butler getting a little bit out of shape there. These are very different to drive from standard race cars because they are front wheel drive. This makes them a little bit harder to control. It increases the front wheel tire degradation, so the fronts are taking a huge beating around here. I know Martin Edmonds is probably suffering with that a little bit down in 14th place. Although welcome back to the grid for Martin. He's his arm is feeling better enough to rejoin the racing circuit.
No, I didn't know he was injured. What happened?
He had injured his shoulder and was going through some physiotherapy. I don't know the specifics of the injury, but he had said that he can now squeeze a tube of toothpaste again, and is back in the fight.
Was he perhaps viciously mauled by several basset hounds?
I mean, basset hounds may or may not have had something to do with this, either Lily or Houston or both.
Correct.
Houston's my boy. Shout out to Houston, the basset hound. Very friendly dogs, although also very stubborn and a little dumb at times.
That's basset hound.
Yeah.
They're usually very focused on what they can smell, and the rest of you can eat shit.
Martin actually we went to a dog park while I was visiting Martin and you, but after we had left the loveliness of Prince George and returned to Vancouver, and saw Houston the basset hound playing with like a bunch of bigger dogs, and it's just like, wait up guys, I have short legs, I can't keep up. David Sloot on the tail of James Butler. Ooh, a little bit of curb there. Gets a little bit out of shape. And back to Sean Kenny in the Quinquama Alfa Romeo.
What happened to the Zeta Romeo?
I mean, the Zeta Romeo, I think, is probably not in existence yet. I feel like you got to go Alpha and then Beta, and then I don't even know what the Greek alphabet letter for C is.
Zeta?
Might be.
Alpha, Beta, Zeta, Delta, Echo, Fugazi.
I was gonna say I don't know what F is either.
Yeah, no. Hold on. I'll look up the phonetic alphabet.
There's
Or is it
Gamma.
a Greek alphabet?
Well, I say Greek alphabet. I know in the phonetic alphabet it's Foxtrot.
Your boy, the Greek alphabet. Let's hit up the Wikipedia. We got Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon, Zeta, Eta. I is in English machine. Oh, Eta. Okay. So yeah, they got letters that don't correspond.
Ah, okay.
So that's why it goes Alpha, Beta, Gamma, which don't make no sense.
Yeah.
But that's because it's not the same alphabet.
No, it's not the same alphabet.
Iota. There you go. Iota.
James Butler. You know what? For a touring car race, this has been remarkably processional. There's not been a lot of positional changes in a while, which is why we've gone on to topics such as the Greek alphabet.
Fun fact. 2 fun facts. Omega is the final letter in the Greek alphabet, hence the alpha and the
Alpha
omega.
to the omega.
I am the beginning and the end. And T is tau.
Yep.
There you go. So your favorite Warhammer faction is in the Greek alphabet.
Might be one of my least favorite Warhammer factions, honestly. Actually, I'm distinctly mixed on the Tau.
Yeah, they're fine. They're snipers. I like them.
I enjoy like the aesthetics of the army. Like the armor is cool, and then you got the Kroot and the Vespids in there to give you kind of a multi-coalition feel to it, which is really interesting. But at the same time, they're really boring to play against. Like, they're really frustrating to play against.
That's something a rattling player like yourself would say.
It's like, all right, so I gotta march through these fucking wall of fire that the tower are putting up. Once I get there, I'm going to fuck your ass.
I marched through a burning wall of fire. I got shot, and then my chainsword revved higher.
That's why I like partnering with Darby when we play against Tau players, because he just, you know, I take the field, eat the shots, and then his drop pods can fly in and go fuck them up.
Excellent.
The tower not prepared for 3 dreadnoughts dropping right on their HQ unit.
The Greek letter O is Omicron.
Mm-hmm. Knew that one.
I did not. That's a transformer.
He is. The most powerful of transformers, I do believe. Brody Steen on the tail of Zerai Garunian. I feel like he's got an opportunity here because Garunian has been going wide at a number of turns. Like, there's obvious pace in that Lincoln Co., but he doesn't hold a very tight line. So the door is open if Brody can get that little sniff, that little nose in there. Further back, things are stretching out. Still some good battles going on. James Butler's on the tail of Andrew D. David Slut's in that mix as well. Barker and DeRoche are having a good fight over the last top 10 spot. Sam Cassidy's in there as well. Zach Wolf has slipped to the back, but is still within striking distance of Mauricio Delgado. I gotta talk about Mauricio Delgado here for a little bit because, I mean, he's only 4 seconds behind Martin Edmonds despite having served a drive-through penalty. It's pretty impressive, honestly, when you think about it that way.
I am most impressed.
On board with Brody Steen in the Hyundai, tracking down the Lincoln Co. By the way, we're doing this commentary here on Sunday, and it is today that Jack has promised us a new charter revision. He's taken the organizer's thoughts, particularly on blue flags, and kind of come up with something at the end here. It's going to be still slightly a work in progress document because he kind of wants to add some video files to it. You know, like as we find examples of good and bad driving to incorporate into the charter, which I think will probably help out a little bit, but that'll be a long-term project.
The good news is blue flags are now black flags, and you're all disqualified as soon as somebody tries to pass you. Get off the track.
Get off the track.
Just put it in the wall.
Brody Steen is not giving up on this second place. He's still got some chances to work with here, but he's only got probably about 3 more laps to do it. As Brody gets a little bit loose in the back end there. But, so Garunian's tidied up really well. He's got that line a lot tighter. I don't know if it's faster, to be honest. I think he may be on a defensive line, having given up trying to catch a stop mill. He's now about 5 seconds out ahead. You can still see him there in the number 31 Alfa Romeo, the Kevin Chacon car. Brody Steen representing touring car legend and F1 veteran Gabriele Tarquini's car.
Sí. Rapido.
Very rapido driver. He even won an Allure in World Touring Cars, which is impressive.
That's back in the day when you had to steal them straight out of the Ukraine.
Lada is the most confusing World Touring Car brand because as soon as they had a good season with Nicky Katzberg, oh boy,
I like that.
Holds it, but had a hard time there. In about, I think it was 2015, the Lada factory team had a really good season with Hugo Valente, Gabriele Tarquini, and Nicky Katzberg. And then they just pulled the plug. It's like, as soon as they actually started achieving something, it was like, man, this is not what the Russian car manufacturing industry stands for. We got to get out of here.
Or they will make you sleep with the sturgeons.
Brody's still on the tail there. You can see Josiah Jerome in the background having a pretty solid day. Sean Kenny, Dennis Johnson, Butler, D. D has lost a spot to James Butler. I wish we caught that on camera. So 7th place has changed hands. Then it's Sloot, Barker, DeRoche, Dalal. Delval's gotten past Cassidy, so Sam Cassidy's had a bit of a rough day. Martin Edmonds, Delgado, and Zachary Wolf rounding off the field. Just 16 cars today. So a relatively small field here for the Silverstone National. But still a very talented one. A lot of the quality names we've come to appreciate in this series still hanging around, although some notable absences. No Sam Spurl. Can't really actually think of anyone else that's terribly notable. It's really just Spurl.
No Gabriele Tarquini.
Or Matt Spurl, pardon me.
What about Matt Higgs?
He's not raced in this series, so he is not a notable absentee.
What a quitter. I think Matt's just afraid to race in stuff that I commented on.
Well, he technically is signed up for the Wednesday series. He just hasn't attended a single race yet.
Is it because he's busy smoking the crack?
I think it's because his dad races in that series, and I'm not sure if they have the ability for both of them to race in the same race.
Get those boys some fiber internet.
I think it's more a question of equipment, actually.
I heard that Matt Higgs has his own setup, and he's just a lazy shit.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. He hasn't set up his goddamn desk.
What?
As the checkered flag is out, and Mike Stoppmill is your winner here in race number 1. Followed home by Zarai Garunian. Third place will go to Brody Steen. Josiah Drum. I wish the little checkered flag, ACC does the little checkered flag appearing beside the cars when they've actually finished. I wish we had that in Racer. That would be very helpful. Mauricio Delgado got Martin Edmonds, so Martin in his return, a little lackluster, down in 15th place. Despite Mauricio getting a drive-through penalty. And bringing up the rear, Zach Wolf. Good race, though, for Zach Wolf. He kept up real well. Looks like he has got a little bit of pace here. So, hopefully we see more. I forget how many reverse grid spots there are. I think it's top 15. Which would put Martin Edmonds. It's either 15 or 12. We'll find out shortly, because either Edmonds will be on pole or Delval will be on pole. And that will give us our answer. Either way, it will be a Lincoln Co. Snoot coming to the line. We're getting the full cool down lap here. Jesus. Zarai Garunian coming in.
I like how the blue cars have cyan on the side. Just in case you weren't aware or were colorblind, I guess.
They are the cyan racing team, so I mean, I guess you gotta put your name on things.
It would be funnier if it said magenta.
Someone needs to start up a rival magenta team. There's also two different Lincoln Co teams. One should be magenta, one should be cyan. That's my thing. Go with some variety. All right. So we got the 3-minute warm up here. I still got the Alfarius Warhammer 40K fandom article up here. But I am Alfarius. But you are... I am Alfarius. I don't know what you're talking about.
We am Alfarius.
But is one of us really just Omegadon?
We could be Omegon pretending to be Alfarius. Or we could both be Alfarius pretending to be Omegon, pretending to be Alfarius, pretending to be an Alpha Legion Marine.
Nice, nice, nice.
While undercover, poking Lionel Johnson in the eyeball as he sleeps.
He's recorded having sought out camaraderie and counsel of none of his Primarch brothers, save perhaps Horus.
That seems reasonable. The rest of them were kind of weird shitheads.
Although some reports also place him on Caliban, the home of the Dark Angels Primarch, Lionel Johnson. So maybe something with Lionel Johnson.
Does Lionel Johnson have Jerry curls?
He does not. He has long, flowing hair.
Hello. Is it me, your Dark Angel in 4?
He's got long blonde hair. Like he is like the stereotypical like Lancelot knight, basically. That's what Lionel Johnson looks like.
So he's essentially Your boy. God damn it, brain. Why have you done this to me? Stupid.
You're going to have to give me more than what you.
Well, I don't. I shouldn't have to, because not only do I know who he is, I know that they use his name as a character in a movie, and then the joke is that these other guys are like big fans of that dude, and they make the guy say that he's also a big fan, only he hates Michael Bolton. There you go.
Yep. Michael Bolton, kind of in that ballpark.
He's essentially Michael Bolton, not Lionel Richie.
Mm-hmm. He is not Lionel Richie. No.
Hello.
For one, all the Primarchs are white except for Vulcan. So, and Jack Khan.
There you go.
So,
and Angron's just kind of leathery.
Angron's scarred as fuck. So,
Angron's leather colored.
Yeah, kind of.
I feel they really missed a mark by not having like a Puerto Rican Primarch for Warhammer 40k, because then he could just you just talk in full sentences, but there's no spaces between the words. Puerto Ricans talk fast, man.
Oh, Warhammer 40k Primarch drama. It's like a high school. All right, we get ready here for race number 2. We'll find out how many reverse grid there are. Once again, I really should be able to remember, and I think it's I mix, like, I know we have one series that's 12 reverse grid, the other one's 15. So, my apologies. I'm a little overloaded.
But I bet you could name every successor chapter to the Iron Fists.
I mean, there are none.
What?
There's no chapter named the Iron Fists.
Devil's Grip the Iron Fist.
All right, here we go. So it's Delval on pole. So we've got top 12 reverse. There we go.
Go Canada.
I do like Delval's chances, though. He's a quick driver. And looked like he had better pace. Everybody gets off the line this time without any jump starts. That's good. Been a bit of a problem in the series so far. We're with David Sloot, who is on the tail of John Barker, and also has Richard DeRoche in the mix there. Good launch by Delval. Oh, Richard DeRoche really banged. Oh my God, Andrew D was very off the track there, and I saw one of, I think, the Cyan Lincoln Co's going very off the track. And in fact, that is Zerai Garanian's second place finisher in race 1. Best of the rest, and way off the track here.
He probably went for falafel.
So it is Delval leading from DeRoche. Oh, Butler spins. Oh no, Sloot recovered. Beautiful work by David Sloot.
This is where I started singing Sloot Sliding Away.
Indeed. Well, I mean, he's not getting away. But great recovery after the contact with Fell. Oh, somebody sideways in the background. That is, I think that's Andrew D. It was one of the Coopers. Andrew D is falling down the order, so it is D. Josiah Jerome has had a good opening here, as well as Dennis Johnson. They're up to 5th and 6th place. Sean Kenny in 7th. John Barker down to 8th. Stop Mill up to 9th. Cassidy up to 10th. Delgado to 11th. Steen is down to 12th. Edmonds 13th. Then it's Wolf, Garunian, and D. Garunian and D probably both carrying significant damage, but if they can race their way back into like the 12th place area, they'll be at the front at least for race number 3. This is what I like about the reverse grid, is that there is that hope for the next race, that you don't have to go up there and win. You just have to go up there and get somewhere near that like top 10, top 12 area. And if you can do that, you got yourself an excellent chance for a good result in race number 3, and it's not a complete waste of your time. Josiah Jerome sporting the Trinidad and Tobago flag in 6th place there in the Volkswagen.
I'll be talking a little nasally for the next race because I'm having a fucking nosebleed. Goddamn.
Oh, God.
Fucking, I love spring and I love fall, but when the barometric pressure goes crazy between those two seasons, I have nosebleeds and I don't like it. I protest.
I got you.
It's not a big deal. You just shove some stuff up your nose and Make it not cocaine.
Not the Coke.
But it's still time consuming, awkward, and I sound weird when I'm talking.
It's not too bad. Josiah Jerome down the inside of Dennis. Oh, God. A very wide line there from, I think, Butler. He's going to bag them both. 2 for the price of 1. Josiah up into 4th place. Sliding down the order is Butler and Johnson. And one of the Alfa Romeos coming up the inside. That's Sean Kenny. Kenny can't get through at the moment. Mike Stockbill has gotten another one, bagging John Barker for 8th place. That is not Dennis Johnson we're looking at. That is David Sloot, who is in 3rd place.
You can't prove that.
I can.
Fair enough.
Delval still leading. DeRoche in 2nd. Sloot, Jerome, Butler, Johnson, Kenny, Stockmill, Barker, Cassidy, your top 10 at the moment. Andrew D has fallen a lap down, so I suspect he may be out of this race, unfortunately. Andrew D has had some rotten luck in this series, I must say.
He has been denied a win.
Oh, I think he just got a drive-through penalty on top of that. So it looks like he had to make a pit stop. And in this short of a race, a pit stop is tantamount to... Not like falling out, obviously, because you know, I tip my hat to for trying to push down to the end, even though the result is not going to be great. But there is support. Oh, God! Very off the track. There is Mr. James Butler at his hometown race here. And it looks like he didn't lose any spots, surprisingly enough. Oh, he's off again! I think Butler's brake pads or his brake pedal have just gone on him, because that's 2 corners in a row where he has flown off the track.
It's probably sabotaged by the ex-wife.
Bingo bango, sugar in your brake pedal. Your ex-wife strikes again.
Cha-cha.
So we'll see where looks like he's still 8th place, so he's still up there, but that's going to be a spot for Stockmill as well as Sean Kenny. Stockmill has also overtaken Sean Kenny and has taken that top Alfa Romeo spot in 6th place. He is now on the tail of Dennis Johnson in the Audi. Josiah, oh, mistake there by Richard DeRoche. We got ourselves a 3 wide. And I think Sloot is going to come out on top of this one. Yes, he is. David Sloot moving into 2nd place. Jerome down to DeRoche down to 3rd. Johnson getting a bit wide there. That's going to open the door for Mike Stockbill. Stockbill is always happy to take that door and run with it. We ride on board with Josiah Jerome, looking to get that 3rd place away from Richard DeRoche into Brooklands in left field. Trying to go around the outside. Gets the job done. Johnson's still dicing with Stockbill in the background. Stockbill's got the inside line. Can he make it happen? He does. Mike Stockbill up into 5th place. Overtaking Dennis Johnson. Josiah Jerome up into 3rd, having overtaken Richard DeRoche. In the meantime, this has allowed Delval to get a little bit away. He still leads. It's a Lincoln Co. 1-2 with David Sloot. Andrew D now down 3 laps, so I think he may have parked it. Zach Wolf is having a good fight with Zarai Garunian. I'd like to get that on film here for a little bit, but probably won't see that for a while. Martin Edmonds is up a spot, Mauricio Delgado's up a spot, and John Barker is tumbled down to 13th place. That has happened off screen. Josiah Jerome on board with the Volkswagen Golf.
Stockmill watch. Oh, Lord, he coming.
He coming. You can see him in the rear view there. And Josiah Jerome is like, nah, I want to get past David Sloot, please. I see Stockmill. I've seen this movie. I know how it ends. Just relax and let Stockmill do his thing. Alfa Romeo coming. He's cleared DeRoche. DeRoche is under pressure from Johnson, so that may be a change of positions coming there shortly. Down the inside, very wide line from Sloot. That's let Josiah through. He does manage to slam the door in Mike Stockmill's face. For the time being, the Flying Dutchman remains off the podium. We are on board with Mike Stockmill in the Alfa Romeo. Contact with Sloot. Not too bad. These cars can take a little bit of side-by-side contact. Remarkably durable.
I would like to see more crashing as racing.
Gerardo is up front going, please keep Stockmill back. Please, please. I want the win. And right now, his two best friends in the world are Josiah Jerome and David Sloot. Richard Durocher still in that mix, as well as Dennis Johnson, Sean Kenny, James Butler is still in there. Despite it. Oh, that was Butler off again. James Butler is really struggling. Dropping down the order. I think he's lost his front tires. Either that or he's lost his brake pedal, like I said. It seems like there's some bad things happening in the braking zone. On board with Dennis Johnson. He's looking to get past Richard Durocher. And he does into 5th place.
La! Braking zone.
Braking zone. Oh, Sloot loses a spot to Stockmill. He's up to 3rd. Durocher pushing Johnson through these corners. Angry that he's gotten past him. Brody Steen's up to 8th place, so he's on a charge. Butler is back at 11th. Might have gone off again. Garunian's back up to 12th, so that's good work for him. Right now, pole position for race number 3. Sean Kenny overtaking Richard Durocher. Brody Steen looking to go through as well. But I think Durocher's going to hang on there, and he's also got a run on Sean Kenny. No offense, Dennis Johnson, but I'd love to look at the 3 wide behind you, please. 2 Hyundais and Alfa Romeo are going 3 wide. I want to see that. Dennis Johnson looks the inside of Sloot. Can't get the job done. Durocher overtakes Kenny. Steen overtakes them both. Kenny gets Durocher back. I wish we had seen that on camera. Brody Steen on the charge.
You just want everything on camera, you pervert.
I would love everything to be on camera. It's how I roll.
Whoa.
There are cameras everywhere.
Magus.
There are cameras everywhere.
Sometimes I feel like Mike Mack is watching me.
At least I don't have the Night Haunter style police state going on here.
Correct.
Because that's like Batman turned up to 1,000. Looking down the inside, Mike Stockmill sniffing 2nd place against Josiah Jerome. His Padawan through Brooklands and Luffield. Stockmill gets down the inside, but the inside goes to Jerome there, and Josiah hangs on for now. Volkswagen versus Alfa Romeo. Two brands that you don't usually think of as rivals, Volkswagen and Alfa Romeo, to be honest.
Well, I mean, they both are Croatian.
That neither of them are.
That's the joke.
Dennis Johnson looking for a run on David Sloot. He's gotten away from the Brody Steen fight, for the time being anyways. Very wide line there for Sloot. Couple of the Lincoln, we've seen a couple of the Lincoln Co's going very wide. We saw Garunian in race 1. We've seen James Butler have problems. We have now seen Sloot have problems. Is it maybe a flaw in the car? Do the brakes go away from it? I don't know. But as it is now, it is not hampering race leader Gerardo Delval, although he is under amazing pressure from Josiah Jerome and Mike Stockmill. With 8 minutes to go. He's feeling that pressure, I guarantee you it. Anytime you see Mike Stockmill coming through the order towards you, you're just like, oh my god, he coming.
So I accidentally zinged my fingernail on my deli slicer.
Ooh, ouch.
But so it was very, very quickly, zing, oh shit, pull that back. And it just kind of, it left a big scratch across the top of my fingernail. Not a big deal, right? So fast forward a couple weeks, after clipping my nails once or twice, and finally come to the big scratch and clip my nails. And it turns out, actually, it did go all the way through the nail. So now I got this sideways, jagged-ass... It's actually not jagged, it's very clean cut. This diagonal slice through my fingernail that I have to... I blocked it up with super glue, and hopefully it doesn't rip off. But let that be a lesson to you kids. Spinning blades, fingers, you know.
I noted that Mike Stoffmill took second place while you were telling us that story, and I'm not criticizing because it happened off camera.
There you go.
I just saw it on the side there, so we again missing out, but Stoffmill into second place in the Alfa Romeo. Just Gerardo standing between him and race 2 victory. And yeah, no, not too long at all.
I'm not going to take that sitting down in the car.
Has not. Might hold it actually, and he may lose a spot here to Jerome, who's got. Oh boy! Stoffmill spins off. Jerome hanging on. Delval still in the lead. Stoffmill is dropping like a stone. Hopefully, he drops out of the top 12. Because I'm just saying, I don't want to see Mike Stoffmill start from pole position in race 3. That's just boring for everybody. No offense, Mike, but that's going to be boring.
Well done. I would like to congratulate Gerardo for his impetus of chain reaction smashing Stoffmill.
It was a huge 3 wide there. Stoffmill just got kind of hung out to Jerome. Man, he's just. I think there might be something wrong with Gerardo because Josiah Jerome just took that very easily. Josiah to the front. Josiah to the front. Wonder if that'll come to the steward's desk. We didn't see enough of it really to get a feel if that's a penalty. But we are thinking. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. Josiah Jerome leading from Delval. That promotes Dennis Johnson to the podium. Ahead of Brody Steen, Richard DeRoche, David Sloot. Sloot's falling like an absolute rock at this point. So something in that Lincoln Co. is not hooked up right now. Mauricio Delgado's up in 7th place. Wow. Big chest thump for Mr. DeRoche, or Mr. Delgado. Sean Kenny down to 8th. Butler to 9th. Cassidy, Stoffmill, Garunian. Man, Garunian and Stoffmill are 11th and 12th right now, and that means they're on the front row for race number 3. It's not an entertaining front row. I'm just saying it right now because I think they can run away with it. But we'll see. Brody Steen wants that podium. 3rd place in race 1. He would like to add on to that. All over the back of Dennis Johnson. And Brody around the outside of Brooklands and Lovefield. That might be a good place to go. Delval has not been able to keep up with Josiah Jerome, so maybe something wrong with that car. I'd like it if I could get a, if like in ACC they had the last lap and the best lap shown at the same time. It'd be interesting to see what the last lap time for Delval was, because it does look like he's dropped off the pace a little bit. Meantime, Brody Steen has got himself 3rd place. Head of Dennis Johnson. Behind him it is DeRoche and then Sloot. Delgado's right up on the back of this, so it's not like people have made mistakes to let Delgado through. He's having a very solid run here.
I believe David will find a solution for his problems.
I'm not sure because Sloot's been dropping lately. I don't know if his car is quite right. In fact, in the background there, I saw Delgado lining up for an overtake. Did not happen. But he's got the pressure on Sloot.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the 4th position, Dennis the Big Unit Johnson.
Bringing that Big Johnson energy.
Did you know that Randy Johnson and Alice Cooper own a restaurant together in Arizona? And they have an item on the menu called the Big Johnson. Or is it the Big Unit? It's either the Big Johnson or the Big Unit, I can't remember. But it's like a 3-foot-long hot dog.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of hot dog.
It's a lot of hot dog.
Wait, is it a hot dog or is it a sausage?
I'm pretty sure it's a hot dog, but you know, I can look it up.
I would hope sausage. Hot dog is a low quality of meat.
Sir, I will not have you defame the great hot dog in my presence.
I have no problem with hot dogs. It's just the sausage is a far better quality of meat.
It's the same quality of meat. I'm going to let you in a little secret.
Dennis Johnson all over the back end of Brody Steen right now. Battle for third place.
There's a reason that there's a phrase, you don't want to know how the sausage is made.
Yeah, no, it's not great on that either.
There's no such phrase. You don't want to know how the hot dog is made. We all know it's made the same way. Hot dogs are just ground really, really fine.
Getting a lot of look here at Dennis Johnson, so good focus on the battle for the podium. Mike Stopmill watch. He's past Sam Cassidy and up into 10th place.
Big Cass. Oh, 2017 article. Alice Cooperstown restaurant shuts down in Phoenix.
Oh, no.
So it shut down years ago. Signature menu item was the 22-inch big unit hot dog. Alice Cooperstown. That's right. That's a good name.
That's a good name. Brody Steen in third place. Catching up to Gerardo Delval, which does kind of lend to my thought that Delval has got a little something wrong. I don't know, maybe the tires are gone, but he is getting dropped like a bad habit by Josiah Jerome. Maybe drove the tires off of that car, and Brody Steen makes pretty short work on him for second place. Should be the final lap here, or maybe one more after this.
Or one after that.
No, definitely not an additional.
Well, I mean, if they drive fast enough.
You'd have to do like a 20-second lap. And no, that's not really on the table.
Stockmill could do it.
Even Stopmill cannot do it.
Ye of little faith.
He'd have to cut through the track and get black flagged. I like this camera view. Anyways, Brody Steen, second place. Josiah Jerome leading the way. Final lap of the race here. Delval still holding on to third. I can see that changing hands, though. Dennis Johnson is a danger man right now.
Danger zone.
And we're on board with the Audi driver. And he's got an excellent run down towards Brooklands. I think this is towards Brooklands anyways. Should see the big Brooklands building. Nope, we don't see it. But
and as they come around the corner, Shook One's Part 2 starts playing.
But Johnson is held off for the time being by Gerardo Delval. We're waiting for the checkered flag. And whoa! Johnson got off the throttle there, and Richard DeRoche snipes third place. Or fourth place, pardon me.
17th place.
And in fact, I think he lost a spot to David Sloot as well. I don't know what happened to Dennis Johnson there. Suddenly, 6th place.
Josiah Jerome, we're operating on 3 frames per race, wins the entire thing.
He does win the entire thing from Brody Steen, Gerardo Delval. Then it's DeRoche, Sloot, Johnson. Delgado gets 7th place. Big applause for him. Sean Kenny. Mike Stopmill gets up to 9th place ahead of Cassidy and Grunion. Barker will start on pole for race number 3. He brings it home to 12th place ahead of Martin Edmonds, Zach Wolf, and James Butler may or may not be connected to the server right now.
Cha-cha.
No, he's not.
Damn, son.
He is in the stratosphere.
While they figure that out, I'm going to take a pit stop of my own.
Wonder if he's going to find Matt Hardy up there. So, not sure if we'll have Andrew D for race number 3. We definitely won't have James Butler. So, 15 cars at best. Everyone filing into the pit lane there. It's weird how we have the full cooldown thing going on these days. Mike Stopmill did get himself fastest lap en route to 9th place. How much faster is he than everyone else? Would have a 58.6. Only about 0.2 faster than Garunian. So, about 0.3 faster than the race winner, as well as Brody Steen. So there's a couple people who can keep with him here. All right, race number 3. Hopefully we still have 15 cars, but it might be down to less than that. Let's see what happens here. Take some time to pimp my own stuff here. If you check out the Meodread Gaming channel, you'll find Super Mega Baseball action, as well as my onboards of my own races within ESR for 3D speed, as well as some other series, the Enduro, for example. And
I forgot to mention we upgraded to 4D speed.
You will also see my my MMA commentary videos, as well as some BattleTech action. I'm gonna put
BattleTech.
I've got another MMA commentary video, which will be up kind of just whenever I have some time and I feel like doing it and I'm in the mood, because it's a high energy video. And it will be of the fight from OFC number 4 between Robbie Scott and Sean Hatch.
I think you should really think about possibly changing to a new game and play Diplomacy Tech, because it's much more, it's
actually I have on my
a lot more comfortable for a lot of different people.
I actually have on my YouTube watch later playlist the longest game of diplomacy ever.
Oh shit! I don't think I want to know anything about that.
It's so diplomacy is a board game. You start in 1900, basically before the lead up to World War I, basically, and you play as Turkey, aka the Ottoman Empire, Austria-Hungary, Russia, England, France, Italy, or Germany.
Good old footstool empire.
And the goal is to reach a certain level of basically European dominance, and you are the winner. This particular game of diplomacy apparently lasts over a century. So imagine a war that starts in 1900.
But you'll die before you can watch the whole video.
Apparently it goes to 2012. Which is impressive. But that's on my list of things to check out, and you'll be pleased to know I have looked at the fight between Robbie Scott and Sean Hatch, and it opens up with a groin shot.
Very nice.
Because those who don't know, Dirty Robbie Scott got the name Dirty Rob or Filthy Rob because his simulated fighter is the master of classical and creative nutshottery.
I think he did a barrel roll nut shot once.
He did. He also did a rolling kick to the testicles at one point.
Well done.
I think I remember him fighting Manny David at one point, and Manny did an uppercut to his crotch, and I'm like, oh, you gonna pay for that? Nobody doing any warm-up here, so just waiting for the grid to form up.
Nobody knows the trouble I've been.
Mm-hmm. Well, we got John Barker starting from pole position here. And we saw Gerardo Del Val do very well in race number 2 from the reverse grid pole, finishing in 3rd place. So hopefully Mr. Barker can give us something to cheer about, because we here at the ESR commentary booth always are big fans of John Barcadero.
Indeed.
And all the work he does.
Juanito Barcadero and all the things with the good stuff.
All the work he does behind the scenes here at ESR. And also is the only person known to mankind who enjoys my singing. Oh, he's not starting on pole. It'll be Martin Edmonds. Did we lose? We lost somebody.
But why?
Whose name are we missing here? We also have a jump start there.
Could it be the man who flew into the sky?
No. I figured Butler was gone. We've lost somebody else.
Oh.
John Barker leads from Zarai Garunian in the early going here.
Josiah.
Yep, you're right. No Josiah Jerome. So some promotions for the reverse grid in order. Mike Stopmill into 4th place early on here and making the move on Sam Cassidy.
Josiah gets the big win and is like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well, hopefully his internet died. Because he should have stuck around. John Barker versus Zarai Garanian for the race lead into Brooklands and left field. And that is going to be the lead for Zarai Garanian. The gun runner is going to try and make a run for it. Stop Mill up into third, having overtaken Sam Cassidy. DeRoche fifth. Kenny, Delgado, Sloot, Johnson, Delval. Oh, no, Steen overtaking Delval. And we ride on board with Richard DeRoche as he takes fourth place away from Sam Cassidy. Cassidy very off the track there. Drops all the way down to seventh place. So significant problems for him. In fact, Cassidy all the way to the back of the pack. Something is wrong with Sam Cassidy. I'd like to get a camera on that to see what's going on. But he is dropping like a stone. It's like he forgot to put gas in the car.
Is it almost exactly like that?
Almost exactly like that, but I can't imagine he made that kind of fuel mistake. But in the meantime, Mike Stopbill hunting John Barker. And Martin Edmonds, correct me if I'm wrong, started on pole position, is all the way down to 12th place. That's a terrible first lap. Mike Stopbill in the onboard position now, trying to hunt down John Barker. Cassidy is still dropping, so I think he's in the pit lane. Something might have disconnected. Stopbill in third. Fourth place belongs to Mauricio Delgado. Fantastic run for the Chilean driver right now. Ahead of Sean Kenny, David Sloot, Brody Steen, Dennis Johnson, Gerardo Delval, Andrew D up into 10th place, Edmonds 11th, Zach Wolf, Richard DeRoche, and I think we've lost Sam Cassidy.
He had to go ahead and hop along.
Something also has happened to Richard DeRoche because he's falling back. It'd be nice if we could get a camera on that at some point.
Nope.
To see if he's not disconnected because the gap is moving. He's catching up now, so something happened in terms of an off or some damage or something. DeRoche is still circulating. Sean Kenny versus Mauricio Delgado. You can hear that tire squeal. In the background there is David Sloot. By the way, the Lincoln Co. contingent has dropped significantly with the Butler being gone. We're down to just Garanian, Sloot, and Delval. Oh, and Edmonds. So there's still 4 of them. Still by far the most popular car in the grid today. Got 3 Alfa Romeos, 2 Cupras, 3 Hyundais, 1 Audi, and 1 Honda. No Peugeots.
You got a black Peugeot?
I mean, it's not black. Well, I mean, they are black.
I knew you weren't a natural redhead.
Brody Steen going down the inside. A little bit of contact there with one of the Lincoln Co's, but David Sloot hangs on to 6th place for the time being. And in the background, that is Gerardo Delval sniffing around as well as Dennis Johnson. Wide coming out there onto the straight, heading to Brooklands.
Brooklyn.
I think, unfortunately, Steen is hanging himself out to dry in a manner similar to Stopmill here because he's giving a lot of room to the inside. Sloot hangs on. Johnson looking to get past. Steen defends and hangs on. Delval still in 9th place. Andrew D in the Cupra on the back of this now. PWR Cupra. That's Daniel Hagloff is the actual driver for that particular car. A little out of shape there from Sloot, but no door for Brody Steen quite yet. Or maybe there is. Steen going hard down in the paint. Trying to get that job done. But the inside line goes back to David Sloot. And he's going to hang on for the time being to 6th place. This could all become a huge mess at Brooklyn's in left field, though. Smelling potential 3-wide action here.
Went really
and
well
it's
the first
Brody.
time.
Brody Steen is through into 6th place. Got the job done in the first corner and got the inside line into left field.
My God.
Might actually be 2 spots last by Sloop because he's got Dennis Johnson alongside him. Looking to get through. By the way, Stop Mill up into 2nd place, having gotten past John Barker. That probably happened a while ago. Judging by the gap. A little side-by-side going on in the background between Gerardo Delval and Andrew D. And further up, Sean Kenny still trying to wrestle 4th place from Mauricio Delgado. They are now up on the back of the Honda of John Barker for 3rd place. Can Sean Kenny get a podium?
I mean, probably.
I mean, he's got 2 cars between him and doing that, and Brody Steen coming up behind him, so it will be a hard fight.
Stop me a watch. How low he comes.
On board with Mauricio Delgado. A little bit of contact with John Barker. Barker very slow through that section. So that might be where the Alphas can attack him. And just chant, I am Alfarius as you're doing it.
Vulcan lives. Stompity stomp stomp.
Vulcan does live, because Vulcan's fucking immortal.
Correct. Although I heard some bullshit like, oh, the Perpetuals in Warhammer 40k, they can have their immortality, like, revoked or whatever. Like,
They can.
No, I'm going to retcon that on my own.
No. So the deal is if you're a natural perpetual, no, you can't. But if you're a perpetual like John Grammaticus, who was created to be a perpetual, he's had his taken away.
Well, I'm going to give it back to him. Retcon.
I mean, at this point, well, Grammaticus has been trying to kill himself several times. So I think
the sun.
I think, well, he at the end of one of the books, when he realizes he's betrayed humanity to chaos, basically.
Oh, that's not good.
He actually tells the one of the members of the Cabal, which I'll finish the story when Mike Stopmill has finished this attack for the lead. Stopmill's got it. Anyways, at the end of the book, he walks off to go find an airlock to throw himself out, and the last words of the novel are, maybe they'd let him stay dead this time.
I think
they didn't. Spoiler, they didn't.
Drive an Alfa Romeo with Skeletor on the hood. Skeletor, up in this motherfucker!
Okay. Stopmill to the lead. Running in 2nd. Barker is still hanging on to 3rd. Sean Kenny's up to 4th, so he did get past Mauricio Delgado. And is now in the catbird seat. Yeah, so basically there's different types of perpetuals, and some of them can have their perpetualness revoked.
I retcon that immediately.
I'm not opposed to that, to be honest. There's not a lot of perpetuals in general, so I mean, it's not really a huge deal. Oh, Brody Steen getting real aggressive.
I like it.
Tried to go up under Mauricio Delgado there, but Delgado shuts the door on the Hyundai.
More like Hyundai.
Steen looking for a 3rd podium. He's had 2 today, a 3rd and a 2nd place. And the gun runner on the tail of Mike Stopmill. Further back, Brody Steen still looking for a way past. My favorite perpetual is still Damon Pyritis. whose lore suggests that he actually is the man who killed Martin Luther King.
Damn.
There's a whole bit in one of the books where he's talking about his past, and it's all like vague references to actual historical events that of people he's killed. One of which is almost certainly Martin Luther King.
I don't know if that's something you'd be chuckling about, but okay.
I more enjoy his like just flippant nature. Like,
okay,
for example, when he's fighting against an Eldar Farseer at one point, and the Farseer is like, "What is it that you want?" He's like, "Out of this rustic hellhole would be a good idea. A drink would also be nice."
Fair enough. There's a series of books that my uncles and my dad read when they were young adults. It's the Horse Clan series, which not a lot of people have heard of, I think. Or maybe more people have heard of it than I think. Maybe? I don't know. Anyway.
Nope, hang on. We got a side-by-side here for third place. John Barker versus the alpha of Sean Kenny. Right in front there. Barker hanging on for the time being. Continue. Sean Kenny very off the track.
Yeah, very much so.
Let's get lose him 2 spots.
The main character is a man named Milo Moray, or Morai. Never really figured out which one. And he is a perpetual. The only way, and in this series, the only way you can kill one of these people is to keep them from, like, prevent them from breathing or getting oxygen after they're dead. So you cut their head off or drown them, that kind of thing. It's kind of Highlander before Highlander.
Gotcha.
And so Milo's been like...
Brody Steen got past Mauricio Delgado in the meantime there for 4th place.
So, long story short, the World War III kicks off, nuclear stuff, virus bombs, all the bad shit.
Whoa! That salute getting very out of shape.
Speaking of World War III. And then Milo comes across some kids that were survivors of some stuff and basically rebuilds things in his ideal visage of what should be happening in North America. And so basically all of these succeeding generations who gain psyker powers, they all become not all of them, but most of them gain some sort of, they call it far speak or mind speak.
Gotcha.
And he discovers a few more of these immortals and things like that, and basically recreates North America in his kind of ideal way, which is basically everybody becomes Mongols, or at least his people.
Interesting.
His people become kind of the Mongols of North America. They drive herds and they go from place to place, and wagons and all that stuff, until he decides he's going to take off and go around the world and find this mythical land of the immortals. Like, there's a bunch of people living all in one area that are just like him. Spoiler alert, he doesn't find it, and then comes back to his people like centuries later.
Oh, little contact there between Steen and Barker.
Excellent.
Barker hanging on to 3rd place for all that he's worth.
And then he just makes up this new, we got a new mission, we're going to go over to the east coast of North America, and we're just going to conquer that shit.
That sounds good.
Yeah, so that's kind of where the series kicks off. And
another example of the badassness that is Damon Pyrinus is he comes face to face with a Space Marine that is trying to kill him, specifically a Word Bearer.
Nice.
And he's got, like, his arm is broken, his leg is broken, he's basically paralyzed. Grabs the Space Marine's blade, picks it up and goes, "If I stab you in the eye with this, will you die?" And the Word Bearer just goes, "Come and find out." As Mauricio Delgado getting overtaken there by Sean Kenny for 5th place. John Barker is doing an amazing job of hanging on to this 3rd place against Brody Steen. Fantastic. He's got 5 more minutes to go, and he may get that podium.
I like it. You can do it. We believe in you, Juan Barcadero.
In the meantime, Delgado gets back in front of Kenny for 5th place. Barker still hanging on to that all-inkle Honda against the Hyundai. 2 alphas in the background there. And Barker very off the line. Steen might have to run into Brooklands.
Brooklyn.
This could get messy. We'll see.
Put him in the wall.
Barker's to the inside. He's still got the overlap. Still keeping third place. Wow. The two Alfa Romeos in behind. Dennis Johnson in the mix there. Two Lincoln Co's. That'd be Sloot and Delval in the mix as well. This is insane right now. Andrew D has fallen back to 12th place, so, and we've lost Sam Cassidy long ago. Wonder if that was a disconnect.
Could be.
And the two Alphas going side by side. Alfa Romeo cannot like this. Sean Kenny and Mauricio Delgado banging doors over 5th place. Trying to get... Oh! Barker still hanging on.
I like it.
One of the Alphas mounted the inside curbs there. I think it was Kenny. And he did not get past Delgado.
Very antagonistic.
Johnson in 7th. Then it's Sloot and Delval. They're all so close together. Brody trying to go around the outside of Brooklands. If he can get the overlap, he can force it into left field. He does. Barker got shoved wide. Steen, I think, is through. Brody's through. Very wide run there from Gerardo, but I mean, he's still on the back of this fight here. In the meantime, Martin Edmonds, Richard DeRoche, and Andrew D battling for Canadian pride.
Indeed. Oh, also, in addition to the Horse Clans novels, they can telepathically communicate with their horses. And also the saber-toothed cats that live with them.
Cool.
Yeah, because, you know, it's sci-fi, so scientists obviously had done some weird shit and had decided to, you know, resurrect extinct species. This was, again, written in the 70s.
Oh, down the inside, Mauricio Delgado!
That's a mess.
Clipped John Barker, but Barker holds it and hangs on to 4th place. Oh, God, Sean Kenny around the outside. Sean Kenny taking back that Alfa Romeo spot. One of the Lincoln Co's, that is David Sloot, also trying to get into this battle. My lord, this battle for 3rd place is heating up.
Mauricio Delgado representing Texas. That's the Texas flag, right?
Chile.
Oh, yeah.
Chile. Baby back ribs.
Correct. Yeah, so it turns out...
Delgado gets back past Kenny.
They meet up with these...
Oh, no, Kenny gets back past Delgado.
These resurrected saber-toothed cats that have been, you know, genetically reinvigorated. And turns out they're stupendously powerfully telepathic. So you can actually use a saber-toothed cat as like a Wi-Fi booster. Pretty good.
That's an interesting deal.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The only thing I dislike about the series of books...
One of the Alfa Romeos losing it. That was Delgado.
The only thing
Kenny
I dislike
trying
about
to go around the outside of
books
Barker.
There's a lot of phonetic spelling, so it can be really awkward to try and read what people are saying.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Some stuff going down in Illinois, but it's like E-E-L, Illinois, and it's like all phonetically spelled out, and you're like, ah, my brain.
You get that in the Lost Fleet when they're referring to like older stuff. There's like, took me forever to realize they were talking about Kentucky in one of the chapters.
Well, and to confound things, when the horse clans go to try and take over the eastern seaboard, there's been like a mass migration of people from the Mediterranean, like a lot of Greeks, that between World War III and whatever the present day is. So you've got a lot of weird Greek stuff that he's also phonetically spelling out.
Oh, side by side, Barker with Sean Kenny.
Barker's
Kenny
getting
trying to
fucked.
pull him out. Well, I mean, that's how touring cars work, my friend. And Kenny's got the job done and into 4th place.
Barker's gonna hunt you down.
Barker's still in 5th. He's still hanging on to a top 5 right now. He's got Sloot behind him along with Delgado and this man, Dennis Johnson. Delval in the mix still as well. By the way, DeRoche and D have both gotten past Edmonds and put him down to 12th place.
Barker's gonna hunt you down and wear your skin like a jumpsuit.
Barker might be losing 5th place here to Sloot. Nope, hangs on for now. Delgado opens the door up and Dennis Johnson slides right on through. 7th place. Looks like they'll have one more lap after this. And it could be one of the most fascinating laps we have seen in a while. Brody's team, by the way, is checking out of this group. Like, I see you guys in the rearview mirror. I want nothing of that. I'm just out of here.
It's a giant blender of a clusterfuck.
Indeed. Seen a lot of blue and white and black and red. I want none of that. All right, checkered flag. Checkered flag is out. So Mike Stockmill is your winner. Garunian, Steen, and they will come across the line to complete their day. Steen gets third. Kenny, Barker, Sloot, Johnson, Delgado, Delval in that order. Then we got Richard DeRoche here in 10th place being tracked down by Andrew D. They will come across the line in 10th and 11th place. And then Martin Edmonds and this band, Zach Wolf, in 13th place.
I think he cut a little bit of a corner there.
We'll see if the standings are up here, and I can give you guys a rundown of where we sit at the moment.
Everybody's in first place because we work on the new parental advisory model.
We work on the
also Zach. Zach, what are you doing, Zach?
No, that's
Is this the new sign off? Everybody goes to space.
That's I think that was Cassidy actually.
There was like 3 different people. They were all up in space.
I guess they disconnected probably.
Pigs in space.
All right, so pulling up the standings here. ESR, TCR Winter Series. Here we go. Scoring detail. Do we have? We do. All right, we have updates. Mike Stockmill leads the championship on 266 points ahead of Brody Steen with 212. Steen was leading coming in today, but he had a drop round come into effect now, so he's quite a ways behind Mike Stockmill, whose drop round is 0 because he did not attend Brands Hatch. 2 rounds left. We got Ningbo and Nordschleife to finish off the season. Garunian in third on 166, Delval on 144, Sean Kenny 142. That's a really tight battle right there between Kenny and Delval. That's going to go down to the wire, I think. Dennis Johnson 126, 113 for Josiah Jerome, 94 for David Sloot, 88 for Richard Roche, John Barker on 87 points. With Andrew D. Scott Nick was missing today. Nico Swain, James Butler, Luciano Ajazo, Steve Davidson, Lachlan Nichols, Matt Spurl, Liam Curtin, and Martin Edmonds rounding off your top 20. This series has had 36 drivers show up for races, but the consistent attendance has not been amazing. Byron, do you have any thoughts? And we're heading towards Ningbo, which I think is a track that you have never seen before.
So there's a naval base there.
There is.
They got submarines. Somebody gonna get meatballed.
And then we finish off the season on April 10th at the Nordschleife.
Thugschleife.
Yeah, you did not choose the Nordschleife. The Nord chose you. All right. That's all for today. We'll see what happens at the next round. And I don't want to comment on if the championship is over, because with 3 races per round and then like the drop scores, it's too much math for me to handle in a relatively short period of time. So let's call it for today's activity. Like I said, there may be a MMA commentary up on my channel later on. And we got upcoming the 3D Speed on Wednesday, season finale at Kyalami, where the championship between Chris Johnson and Andrew Burke will be decided.